Hi guys, it's Jordan. Today I am sharing 3 of my favorite breakfast recipes to make on the weekend. So these recipes are extra special because they take just a little bit more time and they're a little bit more indulgent. We've got pancakes, vegan omelets, and some really delicious spicy sweet potatoes with vegan bacon. For the pancakes, you'll need 1/4 cup of regular all-purpose flour and 1/4 cup of spelt flour. 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. You could also use a tablespoon of maple syrup, and about 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Just whisk everything together so all the dry ingredients are nice and incorporated. Then you're going to add your liquids, so 1/2 cup of plant milk. I used soy milk this time, and then about 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract and about 1/2 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. This is what reacts with the baking powder to make your pancakes nice and fluffy and so that they rise. To a skillet or a griddle or whatever you like to use to make your pancakes, I just added 1/2 of the batter and waited until the bubbles started popping up on top and then flipped it over. And it was nice and golden brown. This batter makes about 2 large pancakes. And then I topped it with some vegan butter. I used the brand by Earth Balance and a little bit of 100% all-natural maple syrup. Delicious, just classic and so good. Going to start with 1/3 of a block of firm tofu. Then to a measuring cup, I added 1/4 cup of unsweetened plant milk. I used soy milk again, and then I added the tofu with 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, some garlic powder, onion powder, and some turmeric. And then I also added about 1/2 teaspoon of this black salt. It has like a sulfur taste, so it really makes it taste eggy. And then some pepper and some nutritional yeast. And then I used my immersion blender just to blend that all together. But you could also do this in a blender or a food processor, whatever you have at home. Then to make this nice and herby, I added some dried tarragon. I feel like tarragon is the forgotten herb, but it is so delicious and I think it tastes so good with anything egg-like or even on potatoes. In my skillet, I added some vegan butter just to fry my omelet on, and then I added most of the batter and just spread it out so it was like an oval or like a circle like the shape of an omelet. Then I added some fresh parsley to one side and then flipped it over just like you would an omelet. And I cooked it about 3 minutes per side. I topped my omelet with some freshly ground black pepper and a little bit more parsley, but feel free to add your favorite omelet toppings like ketchup, hot sauce, or avocado, salsa, whatever you typically would like on regular eggs. Make our breakfast sweet potatoes, we're going to start with 1/2 sweet potato and we're going to dice it into about 1/2 inch cubes. Transfer them to a greased or a lined baking sheet and top with some salt and pepper to make them spicy and warm. We're going to add some cumin and some chipotle chili powder, just about 1/2 teaspoon because this stuff is spicy. And then just toss all of that together so the potatoes are coated in all of the spices, and we're gonna stick that in a 375-degree oven. Next, we're gonna prepare our bacon. I'm using this brand Light Life Smart Bacon, and I'm using about 2 to 3 strips of bacon, and I just pulled them apart, and then you can either pull the pieces apart with your fingers, or you can chop up the bacon into small bits. Just before the potatoes are done cooking, you're going to add your vegan bacon, and then you're going to stick it back in the oven so the vegan bacon can crisp up. And then I like to serve these potatoes over some fresh spinach because the heat of the potatoes slowly wilts the spinach. And then I added some fresh salsa and some avocado. It goes so well with the spices. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like this video if you want to see more recipe videos. Comment down below your favorite thing to make for breakfast on the weekend, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye!